日に変わってあしゃぎゃ。
Hello amigos, RadiShineAmigo here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. It's Sailor Moon, and in the name of the moon, I'll punish you, unless you watch. And yes, I was doing the poses. Yeah, we're playing this on hard, and it's in Japanese, but the game isn't really all that text heavy, so don't worry about that. I tried finding an English ROM, but I couldn't, so... Either way, you can play as the 5th century, which is pretty awesome. Gonna start off with Mercury. I'm gonna make my way go through, basically, last level's gonna be played as Sailor Moon. Here we've got Mercury Power Makeup. So we're playing as Sailor Mercury. And, the characters that I play as are gonna be the order that you see them in the anime and whatnot. But, yeah. Except, obviously, Sailor Moon. Last level. But you can choose whichever character you want to play as, and they'll play as the same levels in the same order. Which is pretty cool, but you can't change Sailor characters between levels, so I'm gonna have to replay the same level over and over again just to get to like the later levels, but I'll cut that shit out. Anyway, we're in Azabus Juban, which is a place in Tokyo, which is a place that you see quite a lot in the anime, and in the English dub it's called Crossroads. The English dub changed a lot of the names. I'm not gonna like go over most of the English dub stuff. I'm not really much of a fan of the English dub too much. I could probably like have listened to it in the background or something, but I wouldn't. I prefer Japanese sub when I go to animes. But either way, yeah, we're playing as Sailor Mercury. Should I go with the controls first? Yeah, I probably should. Basically, you got two buttons: a punch button and a jump button. Pretty simple. You can kind of like use them together. So like if you moved an arrow in a direction and pressed the attack button, then your character will like throw them over their shoulders, or they'll like kick them over their head. If you jump and press the punch button, you do a kind of like a long-range kick attack. All of the attacks change depending on the characters, and the hitboxes are kind of different, and the animations are definitely different. If you jump and press B, well, the punch button, and downwards, so jump, punch, and down, you do like a kind of a mini hit, which is good to stun enemies, which is very useful for a later on boss. And if you hold down the attack button, you do this. Bubble display. So yeah, and if you press the attack button and then the jump button right after, it'll kind of do like a little shockwave move, which would be useful if it didn't make you lose health. But the thing is, if you just use it, it won't make you lose health. But if you use it and it hits an enemy, then you lose health. It's really strange, and I just don't like using it because I lose health if I use it. Something you will notice. This game is really weird. Yes, I'm playing it on hard. And yes, obviously it would naturally be hard. But I find that this game, because of the way that its hitboxes are done and the way some of the enemies work, this game can be really hard, but they make it so it isn't hard by giving you some of the cheapest weapons ever. So like, if you walk up to every enemy and do what I'm doing here and just beat the crap out of them, the game's actually pretty hard. But if you just spam all of the like projectile attacks and stuff like that, or just do the jump kick in the air, which is like the strongest attack in every fighting game like this, then the game is really easy. It's strange, and it's kind of annoying because it's a lot more satisfying beating the crap out of an enemy, whereas if I just do this, it gets redundant after a while. And I try to avoid it, but I can't promise too much. There's an extra life behind that, by the way. It's very well hidden. You can just about see it as the level moves over from that one section to the next. It's pretty cool. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Sailor Moon was an anime released way back in like 1992. It's based off a manga. The new anime is actually gonna follow the manga a little better. The anime that came out in 1992, it does follow the manga, but it pads it out quite a lot and changes quite a bit. Some things it does better and some things it does worse. I'm not reviewing the anime and the manga, so I'm not going to go too much into that. I'm playing the game, so. There was also a live action series, and some like musicals. So yeah. But what I wanted to go on to is talking about character we're playing as here, which is Sailor Mercury. Her actual name is Ami Mizuno, and or Ami Mizuno, and she's the more intelligent Sailor Senshi. She's very smart, and she gets basically the highest grades in the classes that she goes to, and she even goes to like I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a little school that you go to while school's over. So basically she does a lot of revision and stuff, and she practices hard. She's a hard-working Sailor Senshi. But before she was a Senshi, she didn't have that many friends. Bubble display! But once she meets Usagi, she becomes friends with her, and she becomes Sailor Mercury. Now, for those of you who don't know what the fuck a Sailor Moon is, you might be thinking, okay, so how do they become these magical girls? Well, basically, there's this cat. You saw it in the little title sequence where it had the little spotlight and it was moving around. You can see a little black cat. Black cat has a little crescent moon on its head. The cat's name is Luna, and Luna basically gives them their powers, because they're kind of like they're a present day incarnation of the original Senshi, and she gives them their little powers and stuff, and yeah, they transform. And she becomes Sailor Mercury. I love the voices. Whenever they shout out their names, and when they shout out their attacks, some of them are pretty funny to listen to. You beat the crap out of this car, it actually starts to get destroyed over time. You notice I've just been spamming the jump kick for most of this. It's probably the best way to get this car destroyed. You don't have to destroy the car. It's just like a little nice touch. So I kind of just do it. Now, the Sailor Senshi do differ with their attacks, like I said earlier, but some of them are clearly more useful than others. Like, in the anime, it's more, at least by the first and second season go, except for like the last 5 episodes of each one. Most of the time it's Sailor Moon running away crying, which is hilarious. And Mercury is more of one that kind of just blinds the enemy, so you know the others can help get an attack in. So she's useful in that regard. The other Senshi are a lot more stronger. Well, they're technically not. It's kind of hard to explain, but they fight more and they're a lot more brave, I should say, really. But Sailor Moon does change over time. However, in this game, all of the Senshi are pretty good fighters. Obviously, it's a game, so they kind of need to do that. They don't have, you know, the adapting to the fighting over time because, like I said, it's a game. But the way the characters differ is that I believe some of them hit harder. I don't really notice that too much, to be honest. The thing I noticed so bloody easily is the fact that when you just do a normal punch, if you do it as Mercury and Sailor Moon, the punch is a really, really short range. I say punches, but Mercury looks like she's doing karate chop action half the time. Bubbles play! But, she's got really short range attacks, and I would not recommend playing as Sailor Moon or Sailor Mercury if you want to just play through the game once. If you want to play through the game with all the characters, that's fine, but if you're going to play through the game once, unless they're your favourite character, I would not recommend playing as them, because it's really annoying. Because part of the fun is just beating the shit out of things. Mars and Venus have long-range attacks, which makes them the funnest characters to play as. So technically they're the easy mode, and Mercury and Moon are the hard mode. As for Jupiter, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Jupiter's kind of in the middle. Like, her attacks feel a little bit longer ranged, but a lot of the time her you know how Mercury's beating up the enemies, she kind of punches them and then her last attack pushes them onto the floor. For some reason Jupiter's like as soon as she's about to do her last attack, certain enemies can punch right through it, and it just leads into like a lock between you and the enemy bitch slapping each other. And while that sounds funny, it's really annoying when you're trying to play it. So yeah, this game isn't perfect by any means, but it's a fun game to play, and if you like Sailor Moon, then I definitely recommend giving it a try. The music is fantastic, I'll definitely give it that. The music is really good. And here's our first boss. As you can see on the floor, there's a little rose. There's quite a lot of items in this game. They just mainly give you health, but there's some that give you extra lives. There's a little stun thing I was talking about. The hit detection is fucking annoying on this boss. You see right there, I was punching him clearly, and he started hitting me. That does that on practically every time you play this, but it's more apparent on playing as Sailor Moon and Sailor Mercury. It's bloody annoying. But I should probably say name of this boss. I'm gonna look for a Wikipedia page because I honestly don't remember it. Okay, it's called Bacane. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And he's a phantom cat. And yeah, basically Sailor Moon has to use healing. Moon healing escalation. Because he appears in the anime. So yeah. Yeah, but these characters appear in the anime, so I do quite like that. What I'd recommend with this boss is doing the stun thing and then just keep hitting him. I was saying the rose, I can't remember if I said who it belongs to. There's a guy called Tuxedo Kamen-sama. And he basically, whenever Sailor Moon and the Sailor Senshi need help with the enemies that they're fighting, oh, I love this. That's it, you cry. It's okay, Mercury. Everything will be better if you cry. I just love it how the characters cry when they die. Because it happens so much in the anime, and it's like one of the funniest parts. God fucking damn it. Yeah, it belongs to Tuxedo Carmen-sama. And yay, happy face. Who we'll see right now. He just jumps in whenever the sailor says she needs help. He throws roses in the anime, which he doesn't do in the manga, and it's kind of lame, but again, I'm not reviewing the anime, so yeah. Here's the first part of Sailor Moon. And next part on Sailor Moon, we're going to be playing as Sailor Mars. Sorry, Sailor Mars. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.